We are going back to school today. How are you? Welcome to My Ninja Turtles channel. By the end of this video, you are going to have a master's in Michelangelo. You're going to have a doctorate in Donatello and a PhD in pizza. So buckle up, get excited. There's a lot to go through today. We have many news stories to get to, from movies, toys, comics, a little bit of everything today on My Ninja Turtles channel. So slash the like button, subscribe, get excited. Type a T for turtles in the chat. Type a T for turtles in the comments for the replay gang. How are you doing? Let's go! Welcome to My Ninja Turtles channel. This is the Ninja Turtles show. It's 7 p.m. in the Big Apple. Every Turtle Tuesday, we're talking Ninja Turtle news, toys, cartoons, movies, comics, video games, and more.
Pizza heaven!
Whatever the show we want. Tonight's show is no different. Tonight's show is going to be great. We're talking about Mutant Mayhem, designs revealed, designs leaked. You saw it. We're talking about the Usagi Yojimbo crossover comics, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger crossover comics, Armageddon game Alliance number 2, Casey Jones, and a whole lot of NECA figures. And we're going to focus on Keno, the Keno figure. So get excited. Type a T in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Who do we have? We've got Pickle, Mr. Turtle, SR Striker, Suspicious Tor, JRR24, Big and Soft Raffy. Everyone is here. How are you doing out there? Turtle Tuesday. You had a good week? I hope you had a good week. Some weeks there's not a lot of news, and some weeks there is a ton. And this is one of those weeks where there is just a ton of news, and I can't wait to get to it. So get excited. We've got a lot to get to. And like I said, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, leave a chat. How are you doing? Hope everyone's had a great week. First couple things I wanted to get to. Christmas shows are going very well. The third and final Christmas show is coming up this Saturday. Make sure to tune in. Christmas Ninja Turtles Moments number 3. We've already had 2 great Christmas Ninja Turtle shows, and this third show is going to be a great way to cap off the Christmas season on Christmas Eve day. Next live stream on Saturday. Be having a slice of candy cane and peppermint pizza and talking Christmas holiday stuff. And also after that, next Tuesday, got a great show planned for next Tuesday. Going to be going over the 2022 predictions I made back in 2021. See if I was accurate for predictions for Ninja Turtle stuff this year. See if I was accurate for any predictions. And also we will make predictions for 2023 Ninja Turtle stuff. So we're going over previous predictions and making new predictions. It's going to be a great show. And of course, the big award show, the big event, December 31st, 2022, the 2022 TMNT Awards. It's going to be a lovely night. Are you ready to believe? I'm trying to come up with a cool tagline. Get ready to believe. Are you ready to, something like that. Are you ready to believe? Going to be a great show. Best comic book of the year, best Last Ronin figure, a lot of cool categories. So I'm excited for that. So there's a lot of stuff coming up towards the end of the year and a lot of stuff to look forward to in 2023, including the Seth Rogen produced movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It's going to be really exciting. Comes out August 4th, so just a little over 8 months away. Can you believe it? It's really sneaking up on us. 8 months away. Seth Rogen produced Mutant Mayhem, and we've seen a little bit from this so far. We've seen some concept art, seeing the 4 turtles. Got a new look. Donatello has glasses. Leonardo might have braces. We might see the Technodrome kind of thing in the background. A lot of mutants, of course. See Leonardo with the braces. Cool concept art. But recently, we got another new piece of concept art. A new piece of concept art has been revealed or leaked. Oh, the chat isn't working on screen. Thanks for letting me know, Mr. Turtle. It wouldn't be My Ninja Turtles channel without some technical difficulties here. Let's type a T for technical difficulties in the chat. Not T for turtles, T for technical difficulties. T for technical difficulties is right. But we will get this going soon enough, and we will talk about this awesome concept art. Thank you for letting me know about that. I appreciate it. Show wouldn't be the same without you guys in the chat. Thank you for joining me, of course. How's it going? We've got Adam Ski, Gen X Catholic, Toidle. Everyone is here today. It's very nice. Thank you for joining me, of course. And exciting news today. I know why you're here. It's exciting news about the 2023 movie. Got a little bit of new concept art, and it came in a unique way. There was a press release about the Ninja Turtles doing a product placement, product promotion with Pitos or Pitos crunchy pizza rings. It's like a snack food, and it's timed to the 2023 release of the theatrical event, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And in their press release, they said that they're going to have Ninja Turtles branded individual packages of snacks, and they'll also have unique packaging for direct market, direct order. Like if you order a box off Amazon, they'll have unique packaging that you can get when you order direct from them and get sent to your house. So they'll have retail packaging and promotional packaging that you get sent to your house. Special branding, cool stuff just for the Turtles. It's a big event. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of product placement that we're going to be seeing in 2023. There's going to be new toys, new pizza, new ice cream, new everything with Ninja Turtles on it. So we got cool news, and they teased a picture in the press release. They teased a picture, and this is it. This is what the packaging is going to look like. Do you see the turtles on the left? They look pretty good. I saw this, I was looking at it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I was running around. I was very excited. Looks pretty good. I think this is official packaging. It looked like an official press release. So the picture was kind of leaked. I don't know if it was revealed. I don't know if they meant to leak it in this way, if they did it on purpose, but it's a very low res picture. It's like a thumbnail size picture. It's only like 387 pixels or something. So it is blurry. But you can see it is the Turtles, and they do look very similar to their concept art design. They look like a mix between the 1987 series and the original toys, I would say. They've been altered a little bit. Raph is a little more broad. He has the bandana style over his head, like the do-rag bandana style. It does look like Donatello has glasses, but they have the colored wrist guards and colored elbow pads and knee pads. And they look really good. I like the way they have unique colors, and they're slightly different in design and build. But great detail, and you could see Donatello does appear to have glasses still. He's got the bow up at the top. Raph is holding his sai in the cool fist way. These are pretty cool designs, and they're pretty faithful to Ninja Turtles. They're not too adventurous, but they are unique in their own way. They look good in their own way. These are exciting designs. And this is a design I can get behind. It's not too crazy. And this is a cool piece of official news. This is I don't know if this is an official reveal of the designs. I don't know if this was an accidental leak. I don't know if this company did it on purpose to get a little bit of press for their junk food. But this is pretty cool to see. I was excited about it. And I looked at some of their other packaging, and their other packaging has like a little green character on it that really does look a lot like a Ninja Turtle. So it's really interesting to see that their actual mascot looks kind of like a Ninja Turtle. I wanted to make fun of this character, but kind of looks like my avatar on screen. He's got the round head, just like I do, the round green head. I thought I was going to make fun of him, but I realized I look just like this character. I've got a pea head on here. I've got this circular head, and I was going to goof on their mascot, but he's, could be my brother, could be my twin or something. So I'm not going to make fun of their mascot too much, but it's a good natural fit. It looks like they're going to be pizza rings, like some pizza flavored snack or some sort of thing like that. And it looks like they brag that it's vegan and dairy free, but I guess it's probably just all like oils and something. I mean, it's still some sort of junk food chip, but this is cool news. This is the first official tease, the first official design reveal, design leak, whatever you want to call it. And it's pretty cool. Pitos or Pitos. I've never heard of these things, but crunchy pizza rings. It's got a little version of the Mutant Mayhem at the logo. So how do you guys feel about these? Everybody like these? People seem pretty excited. Pickle says the art looks cool. Mr. Turtle says the color-coded pads on the elbows are pretty cool. I always love that. SR Striker, I always felt the 2003 Turtles look and sound like adults. The Catholic says this is why I'll always defer to the Mirage comics. They weren't portrayed immature even though they were teens. They goofed, but they weren't babyish like this. Not thrilled. Yeah, they have a little bit of a young look to them, and we know that they're going to be voiced by actual kids. Instead of getting adult voice actors, they're going to be voiced by actual kids or teens. So a little bit of a different spin on the Turtles, and I know they're going to be focusing on the teenage aspect is another thing Seth Rogen and the production team has revealed as well, that they'll be focusing on the teenage aspect. But there's another thing. If this wasn't enough for you, the press release also came with a plot summary. More than just a summary, a full plot reveal, full details, an exciting piece of news, and I'd like to read it to you. In Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, after years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtle Brothers set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers through heroic acts. Their new friend, April O'Neil, helps them take on a notorious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. The film is produced by Seth Rogen. So how is that? That's an official plot summary, an official plot reveal. I don't know if we've received this from an official source like this yet. I think this is the first official look at the plot. And overall, it's pretty much what I was expecting. It's kind of what they've hinted at. It's exciting. I think it's cool that they're turtles and they're mutants and they're hidden, but they want to become accepted and they want to come, they want to come out of the shadows, I guess you could say, and be accepted as normal teenagers. So they decide to do heroic acts. To win over the city. And April O'Neil is their new friend, take on a notorious crime syndicate. I don't know, maybe that's the Foot. But then they get in over their heads and mutants are released upon them. So maybe we'll see Krang, maybe we'll see the Foot, maybe we'll see Shredder. And we'll see it in about 8 months, August 4th, 2023, a little over 8 months away. So this is exciting. Peaches asks, will this be the first time the Turtles are being voiced by teens or kids? And I think it is. I think in every other version of the Turtles, they've been voiced by adults. I can't think of another version offhand that they've been voiced by kids. So that's a unique aspect. They're going to get authentic voice acting from kids. There's a lot of really talented child voice actors out there. It's not the first group to do this. They're not the first production to do this using actual child actors for an authenticity that you can't get from an adult. But this is a unique take, and it is a childish take. It's a youth-oriented take. And this is a nice piece of official news to get in an official press release from an American company. A few weeks back, there was an international press release from a company, I think it was in Portugal, and I translated it, and they had the plot summary as their radical rat father will train in the ancient art of ninjutsu to become a super team and fight alongside their best friend, April O'Neil, against the scariest mutant monsters the world has ever seen. So this alludes to Splinter being in the movie as well as their radical rat father. So I'm not sure if this international one is correct, but it mentions April O'Neil and mutant monsters, so maybe this, the actual movie will be a combination of this foreign press release versus the press release we read earlier a minute or two ago. So this is an interesting thing, and this press release, the foreign one, also said the new film, produced by Seth Rogen, will serve as the starting point to launch a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles original series in 2024. So I don't know if they meant to leak that if the movie does well, they're going to base a TV show on it, and I don't know if this is accurate, and I don't know if it's true. Like I said, it's an international, it was a foreign press release, but this was put out there at one point, and I don't know if it's going to be the truth or just it was a leak, it was a lost in translation kind of thing, but could be true. Could get a new series based on this look and this design in 2024. So that was some news about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Were you guys expecting that today? How exciting was that? Some weeks there is no news and other weeks there is a lot of news. And it seems like this was one of those weeks. It was really cool to get those character designs. Let me pull up those character designs real fast. They look good, you know? You guys excited about these? Press a T in the chat if you like these designs. T if you like the designs. T for Turtles. T for Mutant Mayhem. T for time to get a trailer out. T for trailer, how about that? So, T for Turtles if you like these designs. Pretty cool. I'm excited for Mutant Mayhem. I'm going in with an open mind, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm looking forward to that movie in 2023, and it seems like a little bit of a mixed reaction. Some of you are typing T, some people are excited, some not as excited. So we will see how that goes. There's a lot of time. There's 8 months to go. We haven't gotten a trailer. We haven't gotten any. And those pictures are so low res. It's tough to tell. It's tough to tell if they're even good. It's tough to tell. They're so low res. It's tough to see an accurate portrayal of them. But it's cool. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, the next piece of news I'm excited about, 2023, a lot to look forward to. It was announced there will be another Usagi Yojimbo Ninja Turtles crossover event. Another crossover event featuring everyone's favorite Ronin rabbit bodyguard, Usagi Yojimbo, featuring the Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo, they were both created in 1984. They both came out the same time back in the 80s. They came out in 1984. And they've been around for a long time, both of these comics. Usagi Yojimbo's actually been telling the same story in one continuity since 1984, written by and drawn by Stan Sakai. Wonderful artist and writer, wonderful, seems like a wonderful guy, Stan Sakai. And it was announced that there will be a new crossover called Where When. Where When is the name of the crossover. It's the name of a villain in the story. And in this press release, they revealed that it's going to be an epic story. It's going to be very cool. You know, it's exciting. It's going to be a mini series instead of just a one shot. I think this time. Is it going to be a one shot? I'm not sure if it's going to be a one shot or a mini series, but it's coming out in March 2023. And like I said, Stan Sakai and Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, they've been friends since the 80s, and here's a picture of Stan Sakai and Peter Laird writing Segways way back in 2003. So this is a time capsule of a picture, and they've been friends for a long time, friends for decades. Their cartoons came out in the same year, back in 1984, and they're still making appearances. We saw Usagi Yojimbo in the 1987 cartoon, the 2003 cartoon, he was in the 2012 show. So it's exciting to see, and they've had tons of crossovers. They crossed over in the comic books in the 80s, and they crossed over in the 90s and in the comic books, and they crossed over again, I think even as recent as 2017. So it's really cool to see that Usagi Yojimbo and the Turtles are crossing over one more time, and the name of the bad guy is Where When, Dr. Where When. So that's going to be the name of the series as well, or the name of the individual issue, whatever it ends up being. So it's pretty exciting. It's a big like robotic kind of evil cyborg genius is Dr. Where When, and I'm excited about it. They even released a couple pages to tease the crossover event in 2023, and as always, the art looks wonderful. Stan Sakai is so consistent, his writing is consistent, and his art always looks beautiful. He would, he's just like I don't know if underrated is the right, he's very highly rated, but it's just, he's so consistent. People just don't appreciate it as much or something. He's just always there. The art is beautiful. The turtles look great. The robots look great. Usagi Yojimbo looks great. This is good stuff. This is, really good stuff. The Catholic writes overlooked. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Stan Sakai, overlooked. Everyone knows he's great, but he's just so consistent. He doesn't make waves a lot. He's just constantly churning out great stuff, and people almost take it for granted. So it's a really cool art style. I agree, Krusty Krab. Big and Soft Raffi, the art is so amazing. Pickle says, is it just me or do they not have lips? Yeah, they really don't. They're just kind of smooth, but art looks great, cover looks great, and that's really all we have for that. Pretty exciting stuff. Couple pages released, a little bit of a teaser, and coming in March, so coming real soon. And there are a lot of new comics coming out very soon. Usagi Yojimbo crossover is not the only one. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is coming out even sooner. The second crossover with the Ninja Turtles, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles #2. They crossed over a few years ago, and you can see on the cover to the second issue, looks like Krang is going to be featured here in this second crossover. Krang is going to be featured. And the art looks wonderful. You could see the Green Ranger there, of course, in the foreground. And you could see all the turtles and the pink and black ranger, yellow ranger, all jumping in the background. Art is wonderful. This is going to be a big connecting cover. First cover's all the way on the left. That was the one I just showed you. And they released a couple teaser pages as well, and it starts right off with fighting. Karai and Casey Jones fighting. Of course, Karai, you know Karai, and you know Casey Jones, of course. If you're watching this, I assume you know them. Karai's she's the bad girl, and Casey Jones is our vigilante friend. And they released a couple teaser pages of the first issue of the crossover. And the first issue comes out very soon. It comes out on the 28th, so just a little over a week from tomorrow. Comes out on the 28th. This issue is going to kick off the mini-series that's going to go into 2023. And there are a bunch of awesome covers, variant covers, coming out for this Power Rangers Ninja Turtles crossover. This is a really cool thing. It's the second crossover, and it seems to be a little bit more of an event. There's a lot of turtle stuff going on, and this still managed to make waves and make a big splash because a lot of Power Rangers fans, a lot of comic fans, and a lot of Ninja Turtles fans. So there's a lot of synergy with this comic book. And these variant covers look great. Freddie Williams, and this one, of course, modeled to look like the very first Ninja Turtles comic. They're in that familiar pose on the rooftop. And you can see something with red eyes lurking in the background. I think that's going to be our bad guy. So very exciting, paying a little tribute to the original comics. And here's a cover by Kevin Eastman, of course. Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, co-creators of the Ninja Turtles, of course. Kevin Eastman is still out there cranking out covers, doing good work. Wonderful stuff in the shape of the Technodrome. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see Krang. He's in the art. We're going to see the Technodrome. We're going to see Bebop and Rocksteady. It looks like Rita Repulsa, the female bad lady from Power Rangers, is going to be there. And these comic books are serious and they're action-packed, but they're fun at the same time. If you look at this cover, it has their robot friend, Alpha 5, is that his name? Alpha 5. He's doing like a robot dance, so it's just kind of goofy and silly at the same time, like they're having some sort of breakdance contest, having a party. They're saving the world, but they still get down. They're saving the world like the but they still find time to shake it a little bit. They have time to party. They know why they're fighting. They know what they're doing it for. So it's going to be exciting. Comes out in a little bit. On the 28th, there are a lot of comics coming out soon. A lot of comics coming out soon. Like I said, it comes out on the 28th. And in January, there are even more comics coming out. The Armageddon game, The Alliance. We're going to talk TMNT 136, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years comes out in January. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue number 2 will be coming out in January. And Saturday Morning Adventure. So 6 different titles coming out in January. There is a ton of comics coming out. So from Usagi in March, Power Rangers in a little over a week, Lost Years in January, Armageddon game, Saturday Morning Adventures, number 136, The Ongoing, The Alliance. There are a ton. And we're plowing through the Armageddon game checklist that they released a while back. They're a little bit behind on a couple issues. I did notice they're a little bit behind. They had to push a couple back from November to December, but they're still cranking them out. And as you can see here, the most recent issue was The Alliance, number 2. So that's it for December. Then we have 3 coming out in January, and The Alliance number 2 came out last week, and it's about Casey Jones. And I've been kind of holding off talking about the Armageddon game, but this issue kind of motivated me to want to talk about the Armageddon game. The Armageddon game, The Alliance. It's a mini-series of a mini-series. The Armageddon game is a mini-series, and it has its own mini-series called The Alliance. So Casey Jones is on the cover, Karai was on the cover with the clone frogs, the clone turtles, pardon me, and Casey Jones is now on the cover with the punk frogs. And you can see the issue starts right off. Story and art by Will Robson. And overall, I felt the art was pretty good. And story starts right off with Casey Jones talking to a stray dog. So it's a little bit of a weird start. Casey Jones talking to a stray dog. And I thought it was weird for one page. And I was reading through it, and it continued for 2 more full pages of Casey Jones talking to a stray dog. And it was a little bit strange to have so much text, and it just felt like such a weird way to get all this exposition across. It was just so much text. It's an eyesore. It's a lot of reading. And we're already like 10 or 15, 20 issues. We're like halfway through the Armageddon game. And it seemed like an awful lot of text, like to catch people up, to get people up to speed, to introduce them to the story. I kind of thought we were already past that at this point. I'm ready to get the story started. It felt a little bit like a lot of fluff. And he's talking to a stray dog. It just felt so weird. It was boring reading all this text. And looked like even the dog was sick of hearing Casey Jones talk for 3 full pages of text. So even the dog got bored and ran away. Even the dog got a little bit tired of all the text and ran off. And the next thing I wanted to point out was Casey Jones' eyes. So the story was a little bit off so far. The story had a lot of text. It felt like an awkward storytelling device, and the art looked a little bit off too. I noticed the coloring looked a little bit off. I think it's 2 people did the coloring on this issue. And the coloring looked a little bit off on Casey's eyes. I don't know if you've ever seen eyes like this before. They reminded me of something a little bit. I thought, where have I seen these eyes before? They're glowing almost. Who has eyes like this? And I thought, who has eyes like Casey Jones? They're glowing. And I realized Anakin Skywalker has these glowing, weird yellow eyes. And Casey Jones just looks kind of strange with the Sith eyes. I don't know if he's going to be a, Jedi bad guy or something, but his eyes just looked a little strange. They're glowing. They look cool when he has his mask on and they're glowing, but just as regular eyes, they reminded me of Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker. And the punk frogs are featured in this issue, and they talk just as much as Casey Jones. As you can see, the punk frogs look awesome. They look unique. They all have personality and character, and they're really awesome style. Really cool, unique style for each one of the punk frogs. Looks great on their own. I would love figures that look like this. But they're just so much text, so much talking, and just like this info story dump. It felt just like a cheap storytelling tactic. I don't know. I would rather be shown the story than told the story. I like looking at the pictures. I don't know. I know it's still a comic book and it's like simple reading, but I like looking at the pictures, okay? I'm not ashamed. But punk frogs talked a lot too. And Casey Jones even talked a lot while he was fighting. So even while he's punching this guy, Casey put his mask on here and his eyes are glowing. They look great. Even while he's fighting, he's talking a lot. Paragraphs while he's punching this guy. Paragraphs while he's kicking this guy. And it wasn't just the amount of text. It wasn't just the amount of text. It was sometimes the actual text itself. So Casey Jones just kicked a bunch of guys' butts here. He's defending the punk frogs. He teamed up with the mutant punk frogs. And he says to the purple dragons who he just fought, his old gang, the humans, his old gang, he says to the humans, he says, "You'll never learn that these guys aren't the real monsters. It's people like you with so much misguided hate in their hearts." So that just sounds a little silly, doesn't it? You have so much misguided hate in your heart. Who does Casey Jones think he is? I want Casey Jones to have misguided hate in his heart. He's a crazy vigilante. I want him to be a nut job. I want Casey Jones to be a misguided, hateful person. I don't want him to be a morality police person. You have too much hate in your heart. Your heart isn't pure. I'm Casey Jones and you're not pure of heart. It just felt a little bit off to me. So, art was very good. And overall, it was a good feel-good story too. Casey Jones made friends with the punk frogs in this issue. And Casey Jones made friends with Karai, and Casey Jones made friends. When he made friends with this punk frog, this was another thing. The punk frog said, "If you ever need someone to talk to, I've been having issues myself." And Casey Jones said, "Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Let's talk it out." I don't want Casey Jones to talk it out and get some sort of therapeutic release from talking. I want him to bottle it all up and punch people and use sports equipment for violence. I don't want him to talk it out and talk it through and be well-balanced and centered and meditate or something like that. So it just felt a little bit off to me, this punk frog. I could understand if they need to show that they're going to be friends, but let me know if you ever need to talk about it. It just feels a little bit weak for Casey Jones. I thought he's supposed to be a madman. And he also moves in with April O'Neil's parents. So this issue, the Alliance number 2, was a little bit all over the place. The Armageddon game, the Alliance number 2. It was well drawn, it was well written. Like I said, there was a lot of text, but it just felt a little bit messy and unorganized. It didn't really feel like Casey, the characterization felt a little bit off. It felt mixed up. Like I said, it's messy. And I don't know what was up with it. I was reading it and I thought, is this really necessary? It felt like a lot of fluff. It's a mini-series to a mini-series, and it seems like it may have been like a last-minute idea or something. They're kind of just dragging out the story. And it really was exemplified in the promo at the end of the comic book for the next issue. So they're doing a little bit of promotion for next month's issue for the third installment of the Alliance portion of the Armageddon game. And you can see in the promo here, it says, next month, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon game, number 3, the Alliance. And I thought, shouldn't it be the Armageddon game, the Alliance, number 3? It's the third issue of the Alliance. It's not the third Armageddon game, but it seems it should be like this. It should be the Alliance number 3. It's the third issue of the Alliance, and it's not the third Armageddon game. So it seems like they're just kind of getting mixed up and they're not seeing the forest through the trees or whatever that saying is. Little details like that. They haven't really thought some of this stuff through. It's kind of a lot of padding, but it's a good issue. It's well done. But just overall, we're halfway through the Armageddon game, and they're doing 3 pages of setting up the story. The story has been set up for years. The story is set up. It's time to get to the story. So I'm just ready for the Armageddon game to start. And honestly, I think Tom Waltz is going to be working on the Last Ronin, the Lost Years, the Last Ronin miniseries that comes out next year. So Tom Waltz is going to be away from the series again. And I feel like it may slow down. They're already 2 issues behind or 2 issues late or however you want to look at it. They've adjusted their schedule. So I'm a little, I don't know where this is going. Is the Armageddon game going to be a big fluff? Is it going to be a big nothing? Is it going to be a boring comic? Is this going anywhere? I know they have plans for the comic through issue 150, but it's a lot of buildup and it's going nowhere. If you ask me to summarize it so far, I don't really know what's happened. There's like a million characters and it just seems like a little much. So Mr. Turtle says, editors making mistakes. Bobby come back. Yeah, Bobby Keno, the great editor, Bobby Keno. I would like Bobby to come back as well. Gen X Catholic says, longest title in history. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Armageddon game, the Alliance, number 3. Correct. Yeah, it's quite a mouthful. Half of the cover is devoted to the title. And so, I don't know. JR24 says they need to get on with it. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I kind of feel that way. It is exciting. I can tell it is going somewhere, but it's just time. I don't need 3 pages of Casey talking to a random stray dog. But one thing I am excited about is all the toys coming out from NECA. There have been a ton of toys coming out from NECA. As you can see here on their checklist, it looks like an old card back from an old Ninja Turtles action figure. It looks like a card back. There are a ton of cartoon figures coming out. And a couple new cartoon figures were kind of debuted on the back of this. Space Adventure Usagi Yojimbo and Space Adventure Donatello. A couple new cartoon figures have been added to the back of this checklist, as well as Baby Turtles and Big Mac. I think these have been displayed before, but I don't know if they've ever been included in the checklist before. There's so many, I can't keep track of them. There are too many to keep track of. It's just too much. Our cup runneth over. Our Ninja Turtle cup runneth over. And there's also a ton of new figures from the comic lines from NECA. The Last Ronin line and the original comic lines have both expanded, and you could see there's a Battle Damage Shredder and a Foot Enforcer for the comics. And also the 4-pack of the Return to New York style, the 1987 comic style Turtles. Return to New York issues 19 through 21 of the original Mirage Studios Comics Volume 1. Written and drawn, of course. A lot of input from the great Peter Laird and Kevin Eastman, co-creators of the Ninja Turtles, and these are a new style modeled after the Return to New York storyline. They look great, and I cannot wait for these turtles to come out. And also some new figures from the Last Ronin portion. The Last Ronin comic line coming out. New figures from the Last Ronin comic line. How great do these look? I think some of these look so good. And as I mentioned earlier, in our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2022 awards, there's going to be an award for Best Last Ronin Figure of 2022. So that's a little plug for the 2022 TMNT Awards. 12/31, New Year's Eve. Going to be a award for Best Last Ronin Figure. And they announced some new Last Ronin figures. They included a Donatello figure and a Splinter figure. And they look so good. Donatello kind of has that traditional, like, feudal Japan style outfit, and Splinter just looks like a total tough guy. He's got on his cool maroon robe. And this is exciting stuff. These are great Last Ronin figures. And that's not all. And that is not all. If you wanted more Ninja Turtle figures, they gave you more Ninja Turtle figures. Another updated checklist, another updated poster featuring a whole lot of turtles from NECA. And one of them is Keno. We know Keno, of course. Let's type a T in the chat for Keno with a scooter. Keno, of course, is Ernie Reyes Jr.'s character in Secret of the Ooze, the sequel to the 1990 movie, Secret of the Ooze, the 1991 sequel. And Ernie Reyes Jr. played Keno, who is a pizza delivery guy, and Ernie Reyes Jr. was actually the Donatello suit actor from the first movie. In the 1990 movie, Ernie Reyes Jr. was a suit actor, and they brought him back as an on-screen face role. Keno, the pizza delivery guy. And they've been teasing this figure for a while. Ernie Reyes Jr. teased like the 3D print, the 3D model of it a while back. He teased the 3D model a while back, and you could tell it was him. That 1991 mullet, party in the back, business in the front, pizza delivery hairstyle is unmistakable. It's Keno. And they even posted a picture a while back, December 5th, of an obscured prototype and unpainted. Maybe it's clay or something. I don't know how they do these, if it's 3D printed. But it's obscured, but you could tell it was Keno. That's with Ernie Reyes Jr. there now. And it looks good. It's just a prototype, but eventually they release these posters. They've got the Universal monsters on them. They look great. We've seen these. These look great. They've got the musical mutagen tour. They look great. We've seen those, and they have all these movie turtles. We've seen these. They look great, of course. They've released all these before, but then they showed us Keno. I didn't even care about the 4 Shredders underneath him, the 4 different versions of Shredder they've released. I cared about Keno. He comes with the scooter, the pizza delivery guy. The movie starts off, Secret of the Ooze. He tells those girls off. He doesn't want any fat chicks. No fat chicks on my moped. I'm carrying pizza, not you, lady. Whatever he says. I dream of something thinner. As in your dreams. Oh, I dream of something a little thinner. Keno's a badass. He doesn't take it from anyone. So it's great to get Keno. And I think this is the first time they've released a vehicle with a figure. They've released big accessories like Mousers and stuff. They've released Utrom heads and they've released other stuff like that. But this is the first time they've had a vehicle. And I think from the scale, you can see that like Shredder might be able to fit on it, on his moped, on his scooter. And you think the Turtles will probably be able to fit on it. So that's pretty cool to see. That's pretty cool that they're releasing a vehicle, and I'm excited for vehicles from NECA because that means they're going to release more vehicles. Maybe they'll release other types of vehicles, and I'm pretty excited about that. So that's Keno. That's the figure I wanted to focus on. There's like 1,000 figures, but that's the one I wanted to focus on. That's something I'm really excited about. So if there isn't enough Ninja Turtle stuff to look forward to between all that, you've got a Keno figure coming out. If the Mutant Mayhem design reveals weren't enough on these PTOS chips, if these character design reveals from the Mutant Mayhem movie, if that wasn't enough, if the Usagi Yojimbo comic books weren't enough, if the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles comic book crossover number 2 wasn't enough for you, maybe Keno is enough for you. I'm excited about that. And I think that was enough for you too. Make sure to tune in this Saturday for our final installment, Christmas Eve Day, Christmas Turtles, Ninja Turtles Christmas Moments number 3. I checked the forecast. We're in for a lot of Ninja Turtles coming up on this Turtle Tuesday. It's going to be Ninja Turtles all week, Ninja Turtles all year. So tune in this Saturday for our final installment. Final installment of the Ninja Turtles Christmas Moments number 3 this Saturday. And next Tuesday, we're going to be going over the 2022 predictions I made way back in 2021. And then, of course, on 12/31/2022, the TMNT Awards coming up. Pretty exciting. A lot of good stuff. Type a T in the chat. T for Turtles, of course. T for thank you. T for Turtles. And T for TMNT Awards on New Year's Eve Day. And I guess it's time for me to get out of here. I think that's enough show. Make sure to press the like button, subscribe here on YouTube, Rumble, follow on Twitter at my TMNT channel. More videos like this. Live stream every Tuesday and every Saturday. Thank you for joining me. T is for thank you for joining me. And I'll see you on Saturday. So I guess there's just one thing left to say, right? Cowabunga! Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and share this video. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more Ninja Turtles videos like this.